Hi guys, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So I was inspired today. I was doing my editing. I've got 5 videos on the go and I had to take a break and I just needed to get back into filming. There was just something calling to me. And I was inspired by the last couple of days where I used this cute little palette, the Zulu by Juvia's. So these bright colors. I was also inspired by these tiny little pineapples. I'm wearing my little necklace. I think my sister got me this from H&M a long time ago, and I don't have the occasion to wear it all the time because I have a lot of different jewelry that I like to wear, but it goes perfectly with these little earrings and this ring that I got from Avon. So I kind of thought I could do a pineapple-ish inspired look, and I also love this little hashtag remixnaturals by Tarte eye palette, and I want to use this gold because the gold is calling to me today. So I would love to do a makeup look using this orange, maybe the yellow, but orange for sure, and the gold. So, and then I'm feeling a little spicy today, so I might try using this lipstick that I have. It's by Tarte, and it is called Glide and Go Buttery Lipstick in Tangerine Target. This is the shade, so literally an orange lipstick. I've never used it. I want to use an orange lipstick so bad, and I'm going to use this red, what is it, 02 True Red Milani Color Statement Lip Liner. There we go. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get into this look. I'm going to use my Tarte Double Duty Beauty Base Tape Hydrating Primer. Remember, this is a brand new product. I don't want to waste it, but I am loving it right now because it is so hydrating. And I just kind of noticed I'm really into the glowy like the primers and the radiance drops and the hydrating primers, as opposed to really like primers that fill in pores. But you could always double prime. So sometimes what I'll do is put primer on my nose area and upper cheek area, the like really good pore filling ones, so either benefit the Professional or also Smashbox. Those ones are great at filling in pores, and then you could add a glowy primer or this guy over top just for added benefit. So I am going to switch up just a tiny bit, shake it up too, and use the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation in shade Natural Beige, just to give it a bit of a difference, because I've been using my Tarte face tape more frequently and I love it, but I do also want to save it. So I'm just going to apply with a sponge. I'm not mixing any glowy products in today, and I will quickly do this and then come right back. All blended out, and I did put on a very light coat of foundation, so it did not take that long to blend, and I'm not really looking for a heavy layer of foundation. And I think one of these days we are going to do a how to apply foundation look, and it's just going to kind of give all the tips and hints and tricks of applying foundation the different ways, and also getting like the different I guess finishes, so like whether it be light or medium or full, because I think you can really, maybe not with a light concealer, like not a BB cream or anything, but with like even a heavier foundation, you can actually get all of those same things with the same foundation, as instead of going out and buying like each of the 3 different types of foundation. So one of these days we will do that video. The next product I'm applying is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer. This is the shade 360 in Cashmere. So I'm just going to apply it under the eyes, and we'll blend it out and be right back. Okay, so concealer is blended out. It's a little light right here, but we will bronze the face to darken it up. And to set it down, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm just going to tap a little bit into the lid. I don't need much because I'm just doing eyes. And I will blend out any creases that have formed. And usually I use this Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, but I am just going to go straight in with my F06 powder sweep and set the eye area. It's actually funny how when you use certain products, your first impression, or well, yeah, I guess first impression, it's never always a good indicator of whether you're going to really like a product. So this product, case in point, because when I first purchased it, like, I'd heard such good recommendations from another beauty YouTuber that I love to watch, and she was saying that she loved this powder and it was her favorite, and I was like, oh gosh, I have to try it out. Let's see what it's all about. Like, this stuff, you get so much product and it's cheap and it's just really, really great from what she said. And then I tried it and I just couldn't get over the smell. And then I tried it once and I was like, oh no, that's not going with the products I've got on my face. But the more and more I've used it, despite the smell, because a lot of people might be turned off by that, but I love that formula. I don't know what it is, but it has grown on me. I'd have to say, just kind of like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, all of a sudden, like, I had this love-hate relationship with it. So it's curious how we do that with our makeup sometimes. Or, like, for instance, like, that's why I kind of like to cycle through my foundations, because, or not just cycle through, but also mix them, because then if there is a foundation that you're not loving, you can get rid of it instead of wasting it and throwing out, especially if money is an issue, which it is for a lot of people these days. And yeah, it's just, instead of like chucking it in the garbage or giving it away, at least you can use it up. But I do cycle through my foundations and my concealers. I use different ones all the time just to kind of get a feel for what still works and what doesn't. I mean, you might have one concealer, let's say the Shape Tape, and you have like every different color, to range in shades for summer and winter, which is awesome. So obviously you're not going to get rid of the winter shades if it's summer, because you're going to use them in winter. But just like the formulas that are maybe not working out so well, or old makeup, because old makeup starts separating and it's no longer good for your skin. It can give you rashes, it can give you an allergic reaction. Just watch those expiration dates. Oh, and one tip, and I actually heard this on a channel, on another YouTube channel, and I can't even remember where I heard it. Maybe it was Jeffree Star, but just so you guys are aware, I haven't actually looked at all of my packaging on my makeup, but in regards to expiration date, if you look at it's usually on the back or where all the writing is, there's going to be this little jar, or maybe it was Tarte, I can't remember. Anyway, there's this little tiny jar and it says a date on there. And for instance, this Morphe bronzer in Debutante says 12 months. So that is, as of the date of open, this product is good for 1 year. So that is a really easy way to know when your makeup expires. And especially with powder formulas, I would give or take a little bit, because it's not going to necessarily be bad after that, like, that day, after the 12 months is up, that it's going to be like gross and yucky. But I mean, by then, if you especially love a product, you would have hit pan already, so it's not really a big deal. But if you notice that you haven't really been using it and you don't really like it, and it is close to expiry, I would just get rid of it. And if it's close to expiry, please don't give it away, because you don't want your friends or family to get any rashes or allergic reactions either. So just be aware of that. So I am going to use this to contour and to bronze my face. We're going to go in with bronze first. So I'm using the F30 brush. And I really like this bronzer because it is a matte bronze, so it's not going to have any sparkle. It's just exactly what I love in a bronzer. And even the color is quite nice. I'm going to tan with this bronzer today, apparently. But yes, this is quite nice, and I did notice, I mean, again, I'm always looking out for new products. I check out Sephora on a daily basis, even just to see what's new. But Rihanna did release a bronzing line with her Fenty Beauty, and I wouldn't mind trying those out. I actually still, like, the only product I really have right now is the foundation. I've got 2 shades, which I love. It's very drying though. It's meant more for oily skin, and I have really dry skin already. So maybe for summer, like a date night look, that would be really, really good. But I think I would have to add like some bronzing drops or a darker foundation to it because it's pretty light for my skin tone. My summer skin tone, I'll say. But, oh, I really like how this looks. But then the only other product that I actually returned back to Sephora was the concealer because I did not like it, and I only used it maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times, and I knew right away that I didn't love it. So that one wasn't really where I had to like play around with it, because it's true, like the longer you keep a product, you know, you might fall in love with it, like I kind of did with my powder. But so I'm just using my F40 large angled contour to contour. And because I did such a drastic bronze, I don't really need to contour that much. I just really enjoy this cheekbone contour because it really defines your cheekbones. Just be careful. I guess this is just a disclaimer because someone with a different kind of shaped face might try to contour the exact same way that I'm contouring, and it may not work for you. My suggestion is always just kind of suck in your cheeks and see where the hollow, the natural hollow of your face is, and then lightly add a little bit of color. I wouldn't go too dark because for someone with a really rounded face, it's going to look completely unnatural. Or not even necessarily rounded face, but just someone who doesn't have like a really good natural contour on your cheeks already. So just be aware of that. And I mean, you absolutely can still add contour because anyone can, but it's just a matter of starting out really light and delicate and just kind of see where you go. And it's also a big part is also in the shade that you use, because some bronzers are really muddy and some are really red toned or really orangey, and you might not like that on your skin tone. Like it might look really good on someone else's skin and not so good on yours. So just kind of watch for that. And if you're unsure, you can always ask somebody. Like if you're in Sephora, make sure you ask. And usually the ladies there who work there generally know, you know, what color would work best on your skin. So that's always an option as well. So I'm just going to go back in with my F20, the one that I used to apply my powder to my face. I'm just going to go back and blend because I feel like I have a really dark bronze going on today. And then as soon as we're done this, we are going to blush. And then I will go off camera and do eyebrows quick as a bunny. Get it? Easter's coming up soon. Quick as a bunny. Okay. Coralista Benefit blush, because why not? And just my F10 powder blush brush. Smile and delicately blush the apples of your cheeks. So this stuff has a hint of a glimmer to it. And I didn't know that when I first bought it. And I bought it separate, and then Benefit released their palettes. They have the pink squad and the bronze squad, and the pink one has my favorite Dallas blush in it, but with the brand new light pink highlight that I'm not sure would look good on me. And then the bronze one has the Coralista, and it has the shade Tickled highlighter, which is brand new. And I really want them, but they're each $80. And I have all of the other shades except for like the darker Hoola bronzer that is also in that one of those palettes. So I just can't justify spending like $160 to get both palettes. But I love palettes like that because I love blush, I love my bronzer. And I will show you guys, I have their first palette. So this is actually called the Benefit Blush Bar, this one here. And it has, I'll show you the colors here. This is kind of like not even part of my video right now, but I'm going to show it anyway. So the Hoola bronzer, which is like the main color that was released before these darker shades have come out. Rockateur, which is kind of like a mauve colored blush, but I love it. It's looks like it has shimmer, but it's not really that shimmery once you get it on. California, which is kind of like a bright sunny pink blush, so that does have shimmer as well. Gold Rush, which has gold kind of shimmer, and again it's kind of a mauve shade. And then the Dandelion shade, which is supposed to be a brightening blush. And some people say that they can't even get away with it as a blush, that it would be more as like an all over face powder, but then it changes your color of your face kind of pinky. So I don't know. I like all those shades. I use them on occasion. Sorry, I'll show you one other palette that I have. And I've used this, I've used this palette quite a bit on my channel already. It's the Benefit Pretty in the USA. And this is just kind of like a very basic palette, but it has the Hoola bronzer, the Rockateur blush, which I actually really like, and the Dandelion Twinkle highlight. And again, I have a separate one of these, and I don't have separate of these, so this is fine, but now I have like doubles of some of them, so for me it kind of doesn't make sense to get the pink squad and the bronze squad, but I still really want them because they have like the new kind of shade ranges that were released. So yeah, you win some, you lose some, I guess, right? So anyway, okay, we're going to go off camera now and we're going to get eyebrows done and we will be right back. Okay, so brows are done, and I don't know about you guys, but I think they look pretty darn even. I am pretty impressed with myself today. See, practice makes perfect, you guys. It gets easier and you get better. So, I'm using something I probably shouldn't use because I did already set my face with powder, but this is called the Tarte Gleam Team Highlighter. And one side is cream and one side is a liquid. So I think what I'll do is use the liquid side. I'm going to dab a little bit from this doe foot applicator onto my finger and just tap it on my back of my hand and gently pat it on my face. And that looks really pretty. It dries quick though, so you have to be quick when you put it on. So the reason why you shouldn't put cream products or liquid products on your face after you've set is because it will pull off the rest of your makeup and it will not apply as creamy and nice as if you put it over, like for instance, just your foundation. But it's not looking too bad. But yeah, I probably won't do this again. I'll probably just put it on like before the powder. can put a little bit on my nose. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. It's actually quite good for this because, excuse me, little areas doesn't hurt. It's only on your cheeks where you've already got your, your powder, your bronzer, and your blush. You don't want that coming off. So a little bit on the chin. And then what we'll do is after, let's see, yes, after makeup, after shadow, we'll try putting a bit more on the inner corners and maybe under the brow bone. So now going in, oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to use a fluffy brush and I'm going to go straight in to that orange color. So again, it's very vivid and it has a lot of fallout. So make sure you tap your brush. And I'm just going to apply it in the crease. Wow. Okay, very colorful. I'm actually quite impressed with this palette. Very vivid. The colors go on really smooth, even though this is a matte shade. It was the same thing with the green color I applied before, like the greeny blue one. It just goes on so nice. That is quite lovely. I wonder what the red would look like at the outer corner. That might be pretty too. And I do notice, so this is just kind of like an FYI, once you put on a shimmer shade, I find it's almost harder to apply a matte, even if it's like a darker shade. Like the black will give you depth and dimension if you were to use like a pure black over top the shimmer, but it'll still be shimmery. So just be careful because that's kind of like the problem, what happens when you get into using shimmer shadow, unless you're just going to use it all over your eye with one color. I think I would recommend putting on the matte first and then going in with the shimmer, and if you don't want it all over your eye, just be very concentrated with it. But yeah, I love this. Like, whew, I loved that orange eyeshadow. I think it was a long time ago and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a dual eyeshadow pot and it was from L'Oreal. And they had like a lot of vivid bright colors. And this is before I discovered Sephora, of course. Maybe before Sephora even came to Canada, because I was like maybe maybe I was 10. So it was a long time ago. And they had such amazing bright colors. And I had like purple and I had a blue one and a bright pink. And then there was this one with orange and it had like a shimmer cream color that went with it. And it was so pretty, and I used to use it all the time, especially for summer because I love orange on the eyes for summer. I just like this. Wow. Okay, but we're not going to keep it like this, I think. So that was the orange. Actually, I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of red on the outer corners. I'm going to use an E30 pencil brush. And I just want to check something. So I'm not sure if this came with any insert or whatever, but obviously there's nothing on the back of this palette. So this is the Zulu by Juvia's. And I'm assuming if it doesn't actually state it on the packaging, it is not vegan, which means that they use red, like, or carmine in their red, which is basically crushed up beetles. And there was this huge thing with the James Charles palette that I saw on YouTube. I'm not going to go into it. If you guys want to check it out, you can search his palette or search his name and you might come across this video. But anyway, it was just a thing about being vegan and not saying that it's if it's not vegan, you have to use like a red dye, and then it either stains your eyelid or could possibly be unsafe for your eyes. So it was just kind of a huge controversy, which I can't even say anything about because I don't have his palette. And not saying I wouldn't get it, I just haven't come across like needing it yet because I have such a high selection of bright colors already that I don't think, like if I were to buy that palette, I would have a lot of duplicates. So I just thought it was kind of interesting. So I guess the moral of the story in short form would just be very aware of what you say, what you do, the things you create, and try to give, like if it's for public or you're showing it to the public, like even if you have a piece of art. And I'm not really sure about adding watermarks or anything like that to your work. I think on Instagram, a photo is a photo. Like anyone can try to steal your work. I think it's happened to a couple of people I've actually tried to, or I have been watching, and it's going to happen. So if you see that happening, just report it. I mean, you guys watch YouTube and you see different stuff going on. Just make sure if you know something's like kind of fishy or wrong, just make sure you report it, because that's honestly who's going to catch it is the viewer. So okay, so that looks kind of interesting. I wasn't really going to add red, but we're just going to see how it plays out. I'm going to go in for the gold, baby. Oh yeah, let's see. And before I do anything at all, I am going to wet my brush with MAC Fix Plus. I'm using the large shader E60 by Sigma. And I'm just going to dip it right into the gold. I'll show you what it looks like on camera. Woo, baby. That is pretty. I feel like it's falling out all over my cheeks though, despite me having washed my brush in MAC Fix Plus. So I will do some more here. That is very pretty. Now I'm tempted to put, I think we'll just stick with orange on the lash line. I was gonna say I'm tempted to put red, but I think orange is nice. And I almost feel like I don't even really have to blend this in because it's such a like orangey, goldy, red look already. So I'm going to take this short shader. It's an E20, it's just a really tiny brush. I'm going to go into the orange shadow and carry it down onto the lower lid. And I'm not going to use any liner today. I think this is a very summery look. And you could add some black liner if you were going out. You could add some black liner to the top lid, some liquid stuff, but today I'm just going to leave it. But I will actually dip back into that orange and just kind of go back in the crease. Maybe drag it out a bit down here. That gold is not going anywhere, so that's good. And that looks really cool. All right, done in the shadow. I'm just going to take the highlighter I'm just going to go right in with the applicator. Dot there, blend, blend. You'll notice I'm just blending it with my fingers. That looks really pretty. And let's quickly line the lips, and then I will go off camera after I've done lipstick and I will do mascara. I'm just going to do a very light line because the lipstick is orange and I don't want to overpower the orange with the red lip liner. And let's see what this shade looks like. Whew. Okay, I feel like it's applying very much like a gloss. Or I'll just call it like a sheer lipstick. Oh, and it is. It smells like peppermint. I was gonna say it might almost be better to have not gone in with the red because now the lips are more red than orange. But maybe this brush wasn't working very well. I mean, it is pretty small. But I think if we have red on the eye, it will blend. It'll just kind of match better. So I'm just going to add a little bit more red there. It feels very pepperminty on the lips. I like that. I also think what you could do, and I think this would look really, really cool with this look, is you could line the water lines of your eyes. And I think it would look really, really pretty, especially if you're going out. Line the water rim in black because you're putting a light color on the eyes. And I think it would just look very sharp. And I'm going to use a clean brush and just kind of tidy up here. This is really cool, actually. I wouldn't mind trying this out for a date night. On a summer date night, it would look really nice. Okay. So again, I won't add liner today, but maybe for a date night look I would. So we will see if maybe this look will get recreated by myself for another date night. I'm just going to use this Tarteist Lash Paint by Tarte mascara, and I will be right back and show you the finished look. Alright, you guys, so mascara is all done. You can tell that this mascara is not that volumizing compared to some of the other ones I have shown on my channel. It is defining, so it does coat every single lash and just kind of shows that, hey, I've got lashes, but they're not blowing out of this world type of a lash. So, but I mean, I love it. I love when you're doing a nice crazy eye look. Sometimes it's nice to have lashes that are just there, but not like boom in your face there. So anyway, that is the completed look, you guys. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to call it my fiery tangerine look. I hope that suits it. But we will see you all next time. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And I really want to say thank you for those people who are here now and supporting me and watching my channel, watching my videos. Please leave me comments. Any supportive feedback would be great. Constructive criticism, also great. And we will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.